Hi everyone, it's Lehman with Lace Covered Skies. I'm here today to do a part 2 tutorial on how to make this envelope. So the last time we talked, I had just finished collaging and I needed to sew up the sides and all around the envelope. So I went ahead and did that already. As you can see, I sewed all the way around. So basically, I just ran a stitch down this way to this side, up this way, and all the way around. And on some of them, I put a stitch on the inside. So if you want to do that, you have to do that first. So on all the ones that I wanted to do that, I ran a stitch down the inside while it was still open and flat. And after I finished that with all of them, I then did that stitch. So now that we have that done, we are going to make this closure part. So it's going to consist of this part, that, and the string. So the first thing I do is I punch a hole right here. Now I forgot that I was using this as an example and I already punched the hole, so I'm gonna go ahead and punch the hole here. And remember that a brad is gonna go into this hole, so I need a small hole because it's this size brad right here. So let's go ahead and make that. Okay. Make sure I'm in frame. And I don't really measure, I'm just kind of eyeballing it and making sure it's somewhat centered. And so we have the hole there. Now let me put this one aside and I'm going to work on this one. Next, I'm going to make the circle. So what this is an old Nancy Drew book, and I think it's the one where it's green here and it has the green cover. These are really good papers. They're thick, and what I do is I glue like 2 pages together for the whole book, and I use it to make things, and it's a really good consistency because it's very thick. And I like the size of the font too. But what I did for these, because this has to be pretty sturdy to make the closure, I glued 3 pages together. So that's the first thing I did. I glued 3 pages together, and then I tore it out of the book, and this is what we have right here. So I'm just going to take a circle punch. I don't know what size circle this is. It looks like a penny. And I'm going to go ahead and punch it. And then I am going to go ahead and punch a circle, and I'm going to try my hardest to center it. I could make a guide, but let's just eyeball it. That looks pretty good. And honestly, if it's a little bit off, this is handmade, so that just adds to the charm, right? So next, we are going to make this part. And it's going to end up looking like this. It's just on a string. So for this, I already drew out a square, and you can make it any size you want, but let me just measure for you. So I said this was like a penny. The diameter is about 3/4 of an inch, and this is going to be almost an inch wide, and it's going to be a little over 1.5 inches. I know those are weird measurements, but I mean, you can really do anything you want. So let me go ahead and cut this. So what we have is just a little rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and corner punch it. And then I'm going to ink it. I'm using frayed burlap. This one, I'm only going to ink the front side because it's going to be like tacked down, so we don't need to ink the back side. And then this one, I'm going to ink both sides. And gluing 3 pieces of that book together really made it's pretty hard. It's like, it's almost like chipboard. If I was using another paper, I might glue 4 sheets down, but this paper, like I said before, it is pretty thick and sturdy. All right, so let me see. Oh, let me just punch a hole anyways. I was gonna say, let me see which side is better, but okay, I am going to make sure it's centered. And this is gonna be using this eyelet, so it's gonna be this sized hole. So I went ahead and punched it just like that. Now I am going to put the eyelet on, but the trick is to get the string in there. So I'm using crochet thread. I'm going to measure out 24 inches. I'm just measuring it out here on my my mat. Cut that length of string. And now let me show you how you attach it so that it holds the string. I'm going to pick the front side, so the side that's going to be the pretty eyelet side. It's funny because these are all mysteries and they're Nancy Drew, so Nancy comes up a lot as a word, and kind of sinister words. All right, so this is going to be my front side. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the string so that it lays over the top half on the side that I want. So the short string is going to lay over the top. So let me do that one more time. I'm taking a string and I'm putting it through the back, and I'm just laying it over the front. kind of like a tag. Sorry, that slipped off. So kind of like this is a tag and you're attaching like string or ribbon. So that's how you want it. And then you're going to take the eyelet, and remember this is the front side, right? The eyelet is going to go in as you're looking at the front side, just like any other eyelet. And there you have it. You're going to have that little piece sticking out. The eyelet is holding it in place. And we're going to go ahead and clamp it. So I'm using my Crop-A-Dile. Sorry if you hear my stomach rumbling. And I'm just going to clamp it down. Of course, I always struggle with the Crop-A-Dile. All right, there we have it. So you have that little tail sticking through. Just go ahead and trim that off. And you'll just end up with a little bit sticking through usually, unless you have like those really tiny scissors, but that's fine. I don't have a problem with a little bit sticking through like that. Now I am going to take this circle and put the eyelet through it. And I am going to, this is a brad, it's not an eyelet. I'm gonna attach the brad just like normal. And I'm gonna make sure that the writing is correct. So that's what we have so far. Then we're gonna attach this string. And the way I do it is I slip it under. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna slip it under here and leave yourself a good amount. So if you need more room than this little part to tie the knot, then you should make it longer than 24 inches. Well, actually it depends on your envelope, so you'll have to kind of measure anyways. But I tie a knot. So I tie it once like this, make it really tight. Then I go around the other way and I tie another knot. And then I double knot that one. Let me try that again. So there's my double knot. I go ahead and cut this off. Let me zoom out now. I'll go ahead and cut this off. As close to the inside as possible. And there we go. Now let me show you how it winds up. I'm gonna glue it, but I don't want to glue it yet because I want to show you this, because then it's gonna make it stick. But I'm just gonna wrap it around once and then twice, and then just go ahead and go around the circle. And there you have it. Now I am going to put a little dot of glue in the back, just because I want to make sure that this doesn't like turn, just to give it a little added stability. Just a dot of glue. And then I'm going to leave it open like this so that it dries. Now let me just quickly show you what the other ones look like, because I made 5 of them in this color paper, and we worked on this last time, I think. Yeah, I think actually I can't remember, but that's how the inside looks. I didn't really do anything to the back. There's still some thread there. And it's just going to go ahead and wrap once, and then twice, and there you have it. I think it looks super cute. It's easy to make. I still need to clip the thread here, but let me just show you the insides. So easy to make, and I love how it looks. See, now that I know that this is a great liner for this, I bet you I'm going to start hoarding that paper. I can't remember what book it's from. I need to find that. Oh, and I have this one too. I am going to go ahead and finish this one off camera. And if you want to see how it turns out, I think I'm going to go ahead and post this one on my Instagram. My handle is down in the description. It's the same thing as my YouTube name, Lace Covered Skies. It's just all one word. Yeah, so I hope that was clear. So what we did today was just this fastener part, the little, I don't know what you would call this. It's not really a charm, but the little thing that goes on the end of the string. And we just made that part. So if you have any questions at all, if I wasn't clear about something, please leave me a comment down below. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.